I was just going to say I have 40,000 photos, as you know, and I'd say 20,000 of them are of poodles, and then maybe 10,000 of sunrises. And all those things look alike.
Right.
Right. So.
Yeah, it's so true. Hey, Janine.
Hey, Shannon, how are you?
I'm doing really well. I'm feeling a little, I don't know, troubled that I can't remember how to do everything to record the podcast since we haven't done it in this format in 3 weeks.
Are you troubled from the standpoint of that you can't do it, or that it means something bad about your brain?
Both.
Both. No need to separate them. Well, I think it's nothing to trouble yourself about.
No, it's no big deal. Figured it out. But it seems like it should be easier at this point.
Oh, yeah, I know. Well, it's not often enough. I mean, and as you say, we recorded in person last time, and then we skipped a week. So it feels like forever. Like,
yeah,
I'm impressed that I remembered to bring the microphone to my desk before sitting down.
Congratulations.
Yeah, thank you.
Well, before we started, we were chatting about the tens of thousands of photos that we each have on our phone.
Yes.
And how I'm sure I have a picture of everything I would ever want a picture of, and I can never find them.
Well, and you probably have many pictures of anything you would want a picture of, right? And that's part of the problem. But we looked in our settings, and you and I had a remarkably close number of photos in our iCloud. It was like, mine is 40,900 something, and yours was like 41,000.
Yeah, they were within 100.
Within 100.
A couple hundred photos.
Yeah, which is amazing right there. And also 40,000 photos. I mean,
yeah. Did you ever imagine that would be the case?
No. I mean, I believe it now, but 10 years ago, I wouldn't have ever guessed it. That's for sure.
Right.
It's crazy. Yeah. So it is. I have a friend who just got a puppy yesterday, and I went over to meet the puppy, as one does. And I wanted to pull up a picture of Bix that I could think of when he was that puppy's age, 8 weeks.
Uh-huh.
Because this is a poodle puppy, and he was sitting in exactly the same way. Anyway, I couldn't pull anything up. I'm taking Bix over there to meet Herman tomorrow. Mm-hmm. And I said, when I come there, I will have a curated selection of photos so that you can look at Bix at this age. But I couldn't pull it up on the spot. I mean, I have
so frustrating.
Thousands and thousands of photos if I look up Bix. But yeah, it is frustrating.
Yeah. I think this, like so many things, I haven't done anything because I believe there to be a right way to do it. Mm-hmm. And I don't know that way, so therefore I do nothing.
Right. And I mean, there's perfectionism. Like you think there's a right way, like you said. But also, for me, it's like, it doesn't have to be perfect, the best, but I feel like there's an innovation out there that I'm not yet plugged into. And I don't want to do all the work only to find out an app would take care of this for me, which of course there isn't such an app. So while
there might actually be such an app.
Oh, yeah. Okay. Now I'm never going to start. Yeah.
Yeah. So I think I need to ask my husband because
photographer.
He is a avid amateur photographer and is managing way more photos than you or I have.
Right.
And has been trying to come up with a workflow. He's using a DSLR camera, and so he has to process them in Lightroom. And he's been working on a workflow that would allow him to do this with just his iPad and not his computer. So when we travel, he doesn't need to bring his computer. And I think maybe he did find an app that helps him choose photos. So he doesn't download all of the photos he has to his iPad and then pick. So we'll check in on that. But
yeah, maybe we'll have some resources to share. That would be great. Because Mike's a researcher. So if anyone knows, he would know, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. And he has so many photos. I mean, he took our picture one afternoon while you guys visited last week,
Right.
which was very kind of him. And how many photos? I mean, we wanted a few shots, and it wasn't like we
Yeah.
only wanted one, but we wanted to us some various places. But he took hundreds, right?
Yeah. I mean, I think he maybe took 500 photos, and we did this for what, like an hour?
Right.
Like,
Exactly. Yeah.
it wasn't like, it was 3 days worth of photography. It was
Yeah.
rapid
He's an
shooting. But
Yeah.
since we were like talking the whole time, we needed that many shots. So that it upped the odds of getting one where both of us had our mouths relatively closed and our eyes relatively open.
Right. And forward. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was something. I can't wait. It'll be fun to see what we end up with. But yeah, so I'm feeling he would be a great resource. And it's like, well, you and I both signed up for an e-course called Rock Your Scroll by Stacy Julian. She's a woman I know who is into scrapbooking and documenting life. And I heard her speak at Roots Tech, the big genealogy conference a few years back, and she was great. So I became an instant fan. And so when she offered this course, I think I told you about it, and we both signed up for it. And it was great. It has a true framework for going through your phone's photos and selecting the ones that are meaningful. Because, of course, like everything else, when you take away the less meaningful stuff, the cream rises to the top. But it was so overwhelming that, I tried to keep up during the class. She gave me the tools to do the thing. But
yeah, it's a great process, a great system, but it still felt like too much. And I think, as I'm thinking about this right now, as we're talking about it, I think we both are bumping up against the same thing, which is decision making. Like deciding which photos are the best or, are better. For whatever reason, I take 5 pictures of a sunset that I am unlikely to ever look at again. And then when I go back to try to do this, I'm like, I don't know, maybe this one's better. I don't know, maybe that one's better. And this is a low stakes decision.
Right.
But it's like, it trips me up every time.
Yeah. And the first decision you have to make in the process is to prioritize it, to take the time to do it. And, right. To like deal with your photos, which is hard for me to prioritize. And then it's also a Sisyphean task, right? Because I take photos every single day. So there's always new photos coming in. And I mean, certainly it would make sense to do the thing, whatever the process is, for the new photos every day and then work on the backlog. But yeah, it's those decisions are tough. And yet it's so enjoyable to look at pictures. So it seems like it shouldn't be so hard. But
I know.
I have 40,000 photos, as you know. And I'd say 20,000 of them are of poodles. And then maybe 10,000 of sunrises. And and all those things look alike. Right. So.
Yeah, it's so true. And then I have a lot of photos of plants in my garden trying to identify them.
Right.
So I have an app that identifies them. And I didn't realize until recently that when I'm taking like 4 pictures in the app to identify a plant, that it's actually saving those to my photos.
I wonder if there's a setting on that you could
perhaps
switch. Yeah. I usually, when I was trying to identify plants when we had our rain garden and I had to weed it and I had no idea what was weed and what wasn't, I would use iNaturalist or something. But more recently, if I am out in the world and I see a flowering plant that I'm curious about, I take the picture and then my phone tells me in the Photos app.
Yeah.
And then I don't delete it.
Yeah. And to combat this, at one point, I decided to stop taking photos of things that I thought I would never go back and look at. And I find myself wishing I had photos of things.
I was going to say, how'd that work out? Yeah. Because
Yeah.
that kind of regret is hard because
Right.
it's you can't get it back. I mean,
Right.
maybe if it's a picture of my dog, I can get it back probably. But yeah, I mean,
Yeah.
generally speaking, you can't get it back. And that's, I mean, actually, it reminds me of decluttering. Like so much of our fear of letting go of items is that we're going to regret having done so. The difference, perhaps, is that most of those items are replaceable, right?
Right.
I mean, if it's a toaster, maybe you have to get a slightly different toaster. But if it's electronics, you get a better one. They're always
Yeah.
improving. But photographs that you deleted that you wish you had back, that's tough.
Well, it's not even deleting that I didn't take.
Oh, that you didn't. Oh, sorry. I already forgot that part. um, you didn't take it because you're trying not to take a picture of everything.
Right. I'm trying not to take a picture of something that I'm never going to look at again.
Right.
And then I find myself at some point wanting to show it to someone and not having the photo.
Right. So have you stopped with that practice or are you still trying?
I still try to have a little more discretion about what I'm taking photos of,
Mm-hmm.
but still finding myself wishing I had more photos. Like I didn't take really any pictures when we were visiting you
Oh,
and
yeah.
Barry, and I wish I had.
Yeah. I'm not sure I got a good picture of you and Vix, which is
Probably
crazy
not.
because
I know.
we have pictures of you guys other visits.
Yeah. I think the
Hmm.
only pictures I might have are from our celebration on the 36th floor
Hmm.
when we
Oh, yeah. You got to
walked to
send
the
that to
top.
me. Really? You think that's the only picture you took?
It might be.
Oh, that's interesting. That's great, though. That means we were in the moment, right?
Yeah.
Not taking pictures of everything, which is,
Mm-hmm.
I mean, I also wonder when I'm thinking about trying to avoid feeling overwhelmed by all the photos, maybe if I took one picture instead of 5 pictures of the
Right.
same sunrise or in
Mm-hmm.
my case, the sunrise is always changing. So I just same
Yeah.
morning, I just keep taking the pictures, but I could delete the ones that aren't the best ones.
Yeah. I
Yeah.
think that's going to really be the key is having some sort of process of deleting the extras. Just off the top of my head, I could see doing that like every morning, looking at any pictures you took the day before and deleting them.
Stacey Julian would be proud of you if you did that, I think.
Yeah. I mean,
Yeah.
but also just maybe doing it on a weekly basis or even a monthly basis. That seems too overwhelming.
Yeah. Like I could do it in the elevator.
Right.
If I'm by myself in the elevator, I don't know if I need internet to do that. I don't always have that in the elevator, but
No, because you can just do it on your phone
phone.
and then it will sync when your iCloud
Yeah.
is
Right.
back.
So it feels like that's something. I mean, I realize that particular example is not universal,
Right.
but that's like 30 seconds of free time to get to the first floor, and I do it a number of times a day. And usually what I do is play a game. So instead of playing threes, that's the game I play in the elevator, I could do that. Okay, well, at least one person was helped by this episode.
And I mean, that's our goal, really.
Right.
I have been trying to do something when I'm taking a picture of something that I know I'm going to want to find in the future. Right after taking it, I don't know what it's like on any other phone, but on an iPhone, you can swipe up and add a caption, and I will put something in the caption that are the words that I think I would use to try to find it in the future.
Yeah, that's a great idea. It's almost like
that makes
tagging
it easier. Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, that's a great idea. And it would be helpful in the winnowing out process as well to do that, not just as you're taking it. But that's really smart. I like that.
Yeah. And the other thing I've been trying to do is because I find myself looking for pictures of my garden a lot. Like people want to see what it looks like and trying to put those all in a collection or folder so that I have them all together in one place, and I'm not having to look through Wordle screenshots and, pictures of dead
Oh,
plants and, stuff to find
right.
the one picture of my beautiful peonies that I was looking for.
Right. No, that's really smart. Although I will say my Wordle screenshots automatically go into a screenshots album or collection that and aren't
Yeah.
mixed in with my
Oh, my
the
screenshots
general
are,
population.
yeah, my screenshots do that, but they're also in
Oh,
the
that mu that must be a
all
setting too.
photos thing.
Yeah. Because I have one every day and they're definitely not in there when I'm
Oh,
scrolling through.
mm,
There's hope for that anyway,
yeah.
but I have no idea why it's different for me than you. I didn't do it intentionally.
Right. Right. But I think that, sort of the idea I had of trying to not take photos of things I didn't think I would look at in the future, while that isn't quite working out, I think having some intention around it and then doing something with the photos based on that intention would be useful. Like you said, not taking 5 photos of the sunrise, or in my case, it's
Right.
more often the sunset,
Right.
but then immediately getting rid of the extras and tagging it or giving it a caption or putting it in a folder or in some way identifying it or filing it in a way that would make it easy to find it in the future.
Yeah. And doing that like from this point forward for new photos that will be taken. But then also for me, it's like thinking about a way to deal with the 40,000, which is such an
Right.
overwhelming number. Just being mindful about it, right? Because my vision isn't what it used to be, I frequently take pictures of labels so that I can then make it bigger. So,
Same.
yeah. And after I've read the label, I don't usually need it again. Or if I
Right.
do, I could probably take another picture. So deleting those little rules like that, because I
Yeah.
don't delete them. They just sit there. I mean, it
Right.
would be embarrassing to show my photos, what do they
Like
call
the
it? Camera
scroll,
roll.
the
Yeah,
camera roll.
exactly. Yeah. Um,
I
I
know, I was
wonder,
thinking about that, like what mine looks like. It was like, oh, that would be mortifying if anyone looked at this.
yeah, exactly. And one thing that I learned in Stacy's class that I don't think I knew before was that you can expand and contract what you see with your fingers as a gesture on your phone. So you can see,
You mean
you
to
can
make
make
the
them
thumbnails bigger or smaller?
bigger or smaller. Exactly. And so when they're
Yeah.
bigger, then you don't have to touch them, every one of
Oh,
them, to actually
right.
see it. And that sped things up a bit for me. Because when I was trying to go through
Yeah. Yeah. And I like your idea of, sort of doing it in your downtime when you might otherwise be playing a game or just scrolling or whatever. And it could be
right.
as simple as delete 5 photos,
Right,
you
right. If
know?
I watched TV with commercials, I could see deleting photos during commercials.
Yeah,
It's just a little
exactly.
project for that downtime instead of, I mean, I like playing my games. I do spend a lot of time when I'm shifting gears
Mm.
playing games and stuff. So who knows? We'll have to report back in a few months and see whether we made any progress. I guess I just set a goal, and that is in 3 months, I want to have no more than the 40,988 photos that I have now.
I was going to say that at some point in the future, not having more photos than I have right now.
Yeah.
Yeah. So it's like, one in, one out. Maybe it should be 1 in, 2 out, but
Right. I bet it could be if we can just take the time to do it. Right.
yeah, yeah. And what's funny is I enjoy looking back at my photos. It's not
Yeah.
like I don't want to. I think it's just the sheer volume is overwhelming.
Yeah. Yeah. And I don't know whether Stacy's class is available for download, but it had that framework where you would take like today's date and then
Mm-hmm.
look at your photos that you took back 10 years ago or 5 years ago or whatever.
Yeah,
There
whatever's
was,
in your phone.
yeah, or search on a certain thing like balloons
Mm-hmm.
and look at all the balloon pictures. I mean, she had some
Right.
sort of fun ways to make a dent without it
Uh-huh.
feeling like a big slog. So if it is available, I'll dig up a link and we can put it in the show notes.
Yeah, definitely. I'll see if there aren't some apps that my friendly local photographer knows about that could help us and our
Yeah, that
listeners.
would be great. Yes.
Yeah. And speaking of listeners, we would love to hear from you. Do you have a way of managing your photos? Can you help us? Do you need our
Please.
help? You can let us know on Facebook, Instagram, and YouTube at Getting to Good Enough. You can send us an email to gettingtogoodenough@gmail.com, or you can let us hear your lovely voice and leave us a message at 413-424-GTGE. That's 4843. Until next time, this is Shannon Wilkinson in Portland, Oregon.
And Janine Adams in St. Louis, Missouri.
And we hope that good enough is getting easier for you. Now I'm kind of excited to look at my photos. It's been really hard not to pick up my phone and start scrolling.
Right, exactly. You had to have some self-discipline. But right, I'm getting in the elevator and looking at my pictures.
just to do it in the elevator.
Right.